Hey everybody, the new year is almost here, and that means we'll have a bunch of new attractions and stuff to look forward to opening all over Florida in the next 12 months. We still have to wait until 2025 before we welcome that whole new park, Universal's Epic Universe, to the mix, but we still have lots of cool things coming to Florida all over the state in 2024. We will be getting to all the new Central Florida theme park stuff, but first, let's give a little love to some new attractions opening around the rest of the state this year. Let's start down in South Florida, where the Messi Experience is coming to Miami this spring. Now, I don't follow much soccer myself, but I do know enough that this guy is kind of a big deal. A big enough deal that this entire traveling attraction has been developed around the guy that's going on a world tour hitting 150 cities, including Miami. The Messi Experience is a 75-minute long, immersive, multimedia experience that takes you on a journey through the life of Leo Messi that features 9 different state-of-the-art multimedia installations, 360-degree projection mapping with 3D visuals, and even some artificial intelligence. This temporary attraction will run from April 25th, 2024 through June 30th at the hangar in Coconut Grove. A brand new aquarium is coming to Daytona Beach. Great to see that part of the state getting some new stuff to be excited about. The Daytona Aquarium and Rainforest Adventure is taking over the old Daytona Mall and converting it into a 55,000 square foot aquarium with a 100,000 gallon shark tank, a 12,000 gallon stingray touch pool, along with saltwater and freshwater fish and reptile exhibits when it opens in early 2024. Then a little bit later, a phase 2 of the project will include a tropical rainforest and a snake den that will more than double the total size of the aquarium by another 70,000 square feet. Daytona Beach is a place that could really use some stuff like this, some new attractions and some new stuff to get people excited about visiting there, so it's pretty good to see some revitalization going on up there. LegoLand out in Winter Haven is a sometimes overlooked park in Central Florida, but in 2024, they'll be adding 2 new attractions. They're currently building a new sea life aquarium that will feature interactive exhibits centered on marine life and oceanic exploration. The aquarium is planning to open in the fall of 2024 and will be located just outside the LegoLand theme park and will be a separate ticketed attraction. The LegoLand out in California has had a sea life for a little while now, and the parent company, Merlin Entertainment, operates the one at Icon Park in Orlando too. So if you're familiar with that, you may have a good idea of what this one may be like. And inside the park, a new Ferrari-themed build and race experience should be opening by the spring. Here you'll be able to experience a full-sized Lego Ferrari and then create your own little Ferrari race car out of Lego bricks and then race them against others. This kind of reminds me of the Pinewood Derby that I once raced back in Cub Scouts, only Lego style. And LegoLand is a fun park. Used to go here quite a bit when my kids were very little, and it's great since most of the rides don't really have tall height requirements, so they can go on almost everything. Great park for little kids. Zoo Tampa had a record attendance-breaking year in 2023, and they'll be adding a couple new experiences and attractions to help boost those numbers even more in 2024. The zoo will be opening a new and expanded stingray exhibit and touch tank called Stingray Shores this year. Lots of fish and aquarium-related stuff this year, I just noticed. And in addition to feeding and petting the rays, they'll also be offering a stingray encounter experience that will allow visitors to actually get in the water with the stingrays. And I'm going to assume the stingers are removed, I guess, maybe, hopefully. Not really sure how that works. Maybe it's nothing to worry about. I don't know. And this year, Zoo Tampa will also be opening Aussie Trek, a new kid-friendly family ride that will take riders on a little safari into the outback to learn about the land down under and their unique wildlife. And this ride is, appropriately enough, sponsored by Outback Steakhouse. The start of the new year will see one of the biggest new resorts to open in years come to Central Florida. Evermore Resort is a massive 1,100-acre luxury resort that will open on January 1st with 2,013 bedrooms spread throughout 69 houses, each with its very own pool, 206 4-bedroom flats, and 41 villas. There will be 2 Jack Nicklaus-designed golf courses, 4 full-service restaurants, 5 quick-service restaurants, and 5 bars. But the showstopper here is Evermore Bay. This is going to be Central Florida's first Crystal Lagoon. It's 8 acres of crystal clear water surrounded by 20 acres of sandy beach. So even though Orlando is in the middle of the state, you can still get your beach day in here. Kinda. We did do a review of another crystal lagoon like this in the state that we only kind of thought was just okay, if I'm being honest, but that one wasn't attached to a full resort, so I do have higher hopes for this one. And I'm honestly really intrigued about this place and hope to check it out soon. The resort does butt up right against Walt Disney World's property, which could get interesting if it starts to peel away a few people who would otherwise stay on property over there. I'm sure it won't be cheap to stay here, but if it's competitive with Walt Disney World's very expensive resort prices, this place could really blow up. At Busch Gardens in Tampa, we can look forward to another new roller coaster opening this year. Phoenix Rising is going to be a family-friendly inverted coaster that will take riders soaring over the Serengeti Plain through a few fun-filled twists and turns at a top speed of 44 miles an hour. This one doesn't look like it's going to be a huge major roller coaster like another Iron Gwazi or SheiKra, but it will fit a nice niche in the park and will have a height requirement of just 42 inches, so this one will be accessible for lots of people. Heading up I-4 over to Orlando now, let's go to SeaWorld, where another family-friendly coaster is coming this year. Penguin Trek is being touted as an unforgettable family launch coaster that will take you on an adventure through the breathtaking vastness of Antarctica. Board your snowmobile and race along with your expedition team at up to 43 miles an hour, navigating twists and turns and narrowly escaping the crumbling hazards of an icy cavern. Reach the end and you'll make the ultimate discovery, a real penguin habitat. The pics I've seen of the theming on this one look really cool, and this is probably the one ride on this list that I'm personally the most excited about. I love a launch coaster, and that penguin encounter at SeaWorld is great, so I'm looking forward to seeing how they tie these two in together. And remember, family coaster doesn't necessarily mean kiddie coaster. It's just meant to not be as intense or scary as some of the really big coasters. Kind of a nice little step up from those kiddie coasters that the whole family could ride. Universal Studios Orlando is currently working on a huge project, the biggest project we've seen here in decades, as they're making some crazy progress on their upcoming Epic Universe park that's not planned to open until 2025, but they're still chugging away at an entirely new themed land at the original Universal Studios park right now as well. DreamWorks Land is set to open this year and will replace the old Kids Zone section of the park that's over there by the E.T. ride, with an entirely new themed land based on the DreamWorks animation IPs like Shrek, Kung Fu Panda, and Trolls. So yep, the old Shrek 3D movie attraction is gone, but Shrek will be back over here. The Woody's Nut House coaster will be rethemed to the movie Trolls and renamed the Troller Coaster. And I really kind of love that name. It makes me wonder if they reverse engineered the entire idea for this land by coming up with that name first, and then decided to retheme around that. I don't know, wouldn't surprise me. And finally, let's go to Disney World, who don't have anything brand new opening this year in 2024, but they do have at least 3 updated and reimagined attractions coming this year. At Hollywood Studios, some new scenes are expected to be added to Star Tours this year, which is something they do every once in a while to keep the ride fresh and unpredictable. Right now, there are 21 different scenes in that ride that allow for 700 different possible ride experiences, and with these new additions, that ride will get even more. Unless they remove a few, I guess, that's possible. The last update to this ride was in 2019 after the movie Rise of Skywalker came out, and we should see some new scenes added this year too. No confirmation yet on what and who exactly we can expect to see, but I would venture a guess that we might see some new scenes from The Mandalorian or maybe Ahsoka thrown in there. Then over at Magic Kingdom, we have 2 updated attractions opening this year. The old Country Bear Jamboree show that's been running since opening day has been updated and will reboot this year as Country Bear Jamboree Reimagined. This classic old-school animatronic show has been retooled and updated to feature the same cast of characters, but now they'll be covering a lot of fan-favorite Disney songs in different genres of country music. Imagineers have been working with Nashville musicians and producers, too, to get that authentic country music sound just right. I know some people will get a little upset when Disney tinkers with old classics like this, and I know a few people do love this show for its throwback charm, but I haven't really heard or at least noticed much outcry about this change. Maybe a lot more people kind of feel like I do, and that I'm at like a glorified Chuck E. Cheese whenever I'm in here, and think that maybe some updates are just what this needs. Lines for this are usually short, so I'm not sure the updates here are going to hurt too many feelings. But speaking of people getting upset and having their feelings hurt by ride retheme, this year we'll see the reopening of the reimagined, renovated, and rethemed Splash Mountain as Tiana's Bayou Adventure. And yikes, yeah, this change was pretty eye-opening for me because I had no idea that so many so-called adults on the internet had so many strong feelings and vocal opinions about the retheming of a family water ride at a theme park for kids. But as soon as this change was announced, all the keyboard warriors on social media were not shy about making their feelings known about these changes. Kind of weird, I think, but hey, everybody seems to have an opinion on the internet these days. And this is a change that I'm behind. Not only was that old IP a bit problematic, it's also just totally irrelevant anymore to anybody younger than 80. And these parks need to stay current. They need to stay with the times to keep kids engaged. The new ride won't change the experience too much. The ride layout will still be exactly the same, and there's still going to be that big wet drop at the end. With the updates coming from new theming, we expect the new Splash Mountain will have updated animatronics, probably some 3D projection mapping in there. Disney loves that. And new music. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing this one, but I still think the new roller coaster at SeaWorld is the one that I'm most looking forward to. That Penguin Trek does sound pretty cool. So that's the rundown of the new attractions and stuff to look forward to all around Florida in 2024. Let me know which of these you're most looking forward to. I'm a big roller coaster guy, so a new roller coaster is always going to get me excited. And next year we have a whole bunch of new stuff to look forward to with that new Universal Park opening. Cannot wait for that. And if you're not yet a subscriber, now would be a great time to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can come around and explore the best and sometimes the worst of Florida with me. We've also just started a Patreon, which is a great way to support this channel. If any of my content is worth $1 a month to you, please consider leaving it in the tip jar over there. And thanks for watching. We will catch you in the next one.